Have you ever wondered why this simple act of eating feels so deeply American? From smoky Texas barbecue to a hot dog at a crowded ballpark, every bite tells a story, one of history, immigration, and pure flavor. In this episode of Uncharted America, we're not just talking about food, we're tasting the nation's identity itself. So grab a seat, hit that like button if you love discovering hidden stories, and don't forget to subscribe, because today we're serving up a journey you can almost smell. A flavorful journey through America's culinary landscape.
Barbecue may not be the road to world peace, but it's a start. Anthony Bourdain. Regional barbecue, a tale of smoke and sauce. Imagine a dusty two-lane highway somewhere deep in the Texas Hill Country. The air, thick with the afternoon heat, carries a scent that's almost primal. The sweet perfume of smoldering oak and the rich, savory promise of slowly rendering beef fat. This is a heart of American barbecue. A culinary tradition that is less a single recipe and more a sprawling, delicious map of the nation itself. To say you're having barbecue in America is like saying you're listening to music. The real question is, what kind? In the Lone Star State, the answer is almost always beef, and the undisputed monarch is brisket. This is a cut of meat from the lower chest of the cow, notoriously tough and full of connective tissue. For early butchers, it was an undesirable cut, difficult to sell. But in the hands of Texas pitmasters, inspired by the smoking techniques of German and Czech immigrants in the 19th century, this humble cut is transformed. Over a low, slow fire, sometimes for as long as 18 hours, that tough tissue melts into succulent, gelatinous goodness. The seasoning is often audaciously simple, a coarse-ground black pepper and salt rub known as a Dalmatian rub. The philosophy is clear. The meat is the star. The smoke is its supporting actor, imparting a flavor so profound it needs no heavy sauce to hide behind. The result is a slab of meat with a crust, or bark, as dark as night, that gives way to a tender, juicy interior with a visible pink smoke ring, the badge of a job well done. Journey eastward, however, and the landscape of barbecue shifts dramatically. Cross the Mississippi, and you enter the kingdom of the pig. In the Carolinas, barbecue is a noun, not a verb, and it means one thing: pork. Here, the tradition is whole hog barbecue, a communal affair where an entire pig is cooked over wood coals for hours. This practice has deep roots in community gatherings and celebrations. The pitmaster's art is in managing the fire to cook the different parts of the animal, the tender loins, the fatty belly, the rich shoulders, to perfection simultaneously. Once cooked, the meat is chopped or pulled and mixed together, ensuring every serving has a combination of textures. But here, the great divide appears. A line drawn not on a map, but in a bottle of sauce. In eastern North Carolina, the sauce is a minimalist's dream. A thin, sharp concoction of apple cider vinegar, crushed red pepper flakes, and salt. It's a fiery, acidic kick designed to slice through the richness of the pork, a tradition that many believe is the oldest form of American barbecue sauce. But drive a couple of hours west into the Piedmont region, and you'll find a different philosophy. Here, the sauce, often called dip, includes ketchup or tomato, adding a touch of sweetness to the vinegar base. Venture further south into a part of South Carolina known as the Mustard Belt, and you'll discover a sauce with German roots, a tangy, golden blend of yellow mustard, vinegar, and sugar. Each sauce tells a story of the people who settled there, the crops they grew, and the flavors they cherished. Street food staples, hot dogs and tacos. From the patient, smoky world of barbecue, we pivot to the fast-paced, vibrant theater of the American street.
Here, food is meant to be eaten on the move, a quick and satisfying punctuation mark in a busy day. And few foods are as deeply woven into the fabric of American public life as a hot dog. Picture the scene: the seventh inning stretch at a sun-drenched ballpark. The roar of the crowd is a constant hum, the crack of the bat a punctuation. A vendor, balancing a tray, calls out and hands pass money down the row, returning with a foil-wrapped treasure, a hot dog nestled in a soft bun, ready for a squiggle of mustard. It's an experience shared by millions. According to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Association, a trade association dedicated to the encased meat, Americans consume an estimated 20 billion hot dogs a year. If you were to lay all those hot dogs end to end, they would stretch over 1.8 million miles, enough to circle the Earth more than 75 times. This simple sausage, a descendant of the German Frankfurter and Austrian Wiener, became an American icon when placed in a sliced bun, a stroke of genius for easy handling at sporting events and fairs in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Its status as a cultural touchstone is cemented each July 4th at Coney Island, New York, where Nathan's Famous hosts its annual hot dog eating contest, a spectacle of competitive eating that has become a national television show.
While the hot dog tells a story of European immigration, another street food staple narrates a more recent but no less impactful chapter. The taco, with its origins firmly in Mexico, has been so thoroughly embraced and adapted that it feels like a native dish. It arrived with Mexican immigrants and for decades was primarily found in their communities. Then, in the mid-20th century, an American entrepreneur named Glenn Ball experimented with the format. He observed the long lines at a neighboring Mexican restaurant and devised a way to mass-produce tacos for a non-Hispanic audience. His key innovation was the pre-formed, fried, hard-shell taco, a crunchy vessel that was easier for American cooks to handle and had a longer shelf life. This Americanized taco, popularized by his Taco Bell chain, introduced the flavors of Mexican-inspired cuisine to suburbs across the nation. Today, the taco's integration is complete. The concept of Taco Tuesday has transcended its origins as a marketing slogan to become a weekly ritual in countless American homes and restaurants. It's a testament to how a food can cross borders and not just survive, but become a beloved tradition in a new land, a canvas for both authentic fillings and creative new combinations. So while we celebrate these dishes as quintessentially American, their stories reveal a more complex truth. They are not monuments to a single culture, but rather living dialogues between the old world and the new, a constant process of borrowing, adapting, and reinventing. Perhaps then, the most authentic American flavor is not one specific taste, but the flavor of fusion itself. This culinary map is far from complete. To truly understand its contours, one must travel to the heart of the country, to Kansas City, a place that historian Calvin Trillin famously called the single best restaurant town in the world. Here, barbecue is a grand synthesis. Situated at a historic crossroads of cattle trails and railway lines, Kansas City became a hub for every kind of meat, and its barbecue reflects this abundance. You'll find brisket, pulled pork, chicken, and sausage all sharing space on the same menu, but the undisputed star is pork ribs. The city's signature is its sauce, a thick, sweet, and tangy concoction, dark with molasses and tomato that is slathered on generously. It's the kind of sauce that has become the default barbecue flavor for much of the country. And it was here, in this confluence of styles, that a happy accident became a delicacy. Pitmasters trimming the fatty, pointed end of a brisket smoked would chop it into cubes, return them to the smoker, and douse them in sauce.
These crispy, chewy, intensely flavored morsels, known as burnt ends, were once given away for free to customers waiting in line. Today, they are a prized menu item, a testament to the no-waste ingenuity of the American cook.
Head south to Memphis, Tennessee, and the story changes once more. Perched on the Mississippi River, the city sings a song of pork, particularly ribs. Here, diners are faced with a fundamental choice that defines their allegiance: wet or dry. Dry ribs are the purist's delight, coated in a complex rub of spices, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne, and a dozen other secrets before and after their time in the smoker. They are served without a drop of sauce, allowing the flavor of the pork and the intricate spice crust to shine. Wet ribs, by contrast, are basted with a tangy, thinner, tomato-based sauce during the final stages of cooking and are often served with more sauce on the side. This simple choice is a source of fierce local debate and pride. To complete the picture of barbecue's sheer eccentricity, one need only look to northern Alabama, where a regional specialty defies all expectations. A thin, tangy, mayonnaise-based white sauce, spiked with vinegar and black pepper, traditionally served over smoked chicken. It's a jarring concept to outsiders, but a beloved tradition that proves just how deeply regional and personal American barbecue truly is. This fierce local identity is not limited to the slow-smoked arts. It is just as potent in the realm of the sandwich, a food format America has elevated to an art form. Travel to South Philadelphia and you will find the cheesesteak. It is not merely a sandwich, it is a ritual with its own language. The story goes that in 1930, a hot dog vendor named Pat Olivieri, tired of his usual fare, grilled some thinly sliced beef from his butcher and put it on an Italian roll. A passing cab driver smelled the creation and asked for one, declaring it a sensation. The Philly cheesesteak was born. The components are specific and non-negotiable for loyalists. A long, crusty roll, like those from the local Amoroso's bakery, and thinly sliced ribeye steak cooked quickly on a griddle. The controversy and the source of endless debate lies in the cheese and the onions. Ordering requires a specific shorthand. If you want onions, you say with. If you don't, you say without. And the cheese? While provolone and white American are acceptable, the most iconic and for many the only authentic choice is Cheese Whiz, a processed cheese sauce that, when ladled hot over the meat and onions, melts into every crevice, creating a salty, gooey, utterly indulgent experience. Follow the coastline south to the humid, vibrant streets of New Orleans, and you'll find another sandwich born of a specific moment in history: the po' boy. Its name is a phonetic rendering of poor boy, and its origins are tied to the 1929 streetcar strike. Benning and Clovis Martin, former streetcar conductors who had opened a restaurant, offered to feed their striking former colleagues for free. They created a large, inexpensive sandwich on loaves of local French bread, and when a striker would walk in, someone in the kitchen would yell, "Here comes another poor boy." The name stuck. The key to a true po' boy is the bread, a unique New Orleans-style French loaf with a shatteringly crisp crust and a cloud-like fluffy interior. It's the perfect vehicle for fillings that range from fried shrimp and oysters, dressed with lettuce, tomato, pickles, and mayonnaise, to a succulent roast beef so drenched in its own gravy that it creates what locals call debris, the delicious shreds of meat that fall off into the pan. To eat a debris po' boy is a messy, multi-napkin affair, a taste of the city's soulful, unapologetic approach to flavor.
This communal spirit finds its ultimate expression not in a restaurant, but in a cherished social tradition, the potluck. The concept is simple and deeply American. It is a gathering where each guest contributes a dish to be shared among the group.
The word itself first appeared in 16th century England, referring to the luck of the pot, or whatever food might be available for an unexpected guest. But in America, it evolved into a planned event, a cornerstone of church gatherings, neighborhood parties, and family reunions. The potluck table is a microcosm of the American melting pot, a democratic spread where a generations-old Italian lasagna might sit next to a new wave kale salad and a classic Midwestern casserole. This is the domain of dishes like the green bean casserole, a beloved and often mocked creation from a 1955 Campbell Soup Company recipe made with canned green beans, cream of mushroom soup, and a topping of crunchy fried onions. It's the home of jiggly jello salads, often studded with fruit or even shredded carrots, and endless variations of macaroni and cheese. These dishes may not be gourmet, but they are food of the people, a testament to community, sharing, and the simple joy of eating together. This fierce localism extends to Chicago, a city that offers its own formidable contender in the sandwich pantheon, the Italian beef. Born from the ingenuity of Italian immigrants during the Depression, who needed to wait to stretch expensive beef to feed large wedding crowds, the sandwich features thinly shaved roast beef, slow-cooked in a savory, garlic-laden broth, or au jus. It's served on a dense Italian-American roll, and the ordering ritual is key. You can have it dry, a little broth, wet, extra broth, ladled on, or dipped. The entire sandwich is briefly submerged in the gravy. The final touch is a choice of hot, which is a spicy, oily mix of pickled vegetables called giardiniera, or sweet with roasted green bell peppers. The same city fiercely protects the integrity of its signature hot dog, a culinary creation governed by a strict set of rules. A true Chicago-style dog starts with an all-beef Vienna beef frankfurter in a natural casing, steamed to perfection and placed in a poppy seed bun. It is then dragged through the garden with a precise application of toppings: yellow mustard, chopped white onions, bright neon green sweet pickle relish, a dill pickle spear, fresh tomato slices, pickled sports peppers, and a final dash of celery salt. The absolute unpardonable sin is the application of ketchup. This reverence for authenticity has also reshaped the American taco landscape. While the hard shell remains a nostalgic favorite, a new generation of diners seeks out the regional specialties of Mexico itself, flocking to taquerias for spit-roasted al pastor pork shaved onto small corn tortillas, or the rich stewed beef of birria served with its consommé for dipping. These hyper-specific local delicacies are more than just food. They are badges of identity, edible declarations of belonging.